Hi, I'm Julian, and I'm a graduate STEM communication designer at the Colorado School of Mines.
Usually, lab reports are written simply so that we can pass our courses. However, there is value to them beyond that. These purposes can largely be generalized into intellectual merit, technical communication, and independent thinking. Let's start with intellectual merit. Usually, the labs and lab reports are related, at least tangentially, if not directly, to the materials in the correlated course. For example, during the electricity and magnetism unit in physics, the lab might contain experiments using circuit boards. The goal is to provide a hands-on learning experience with the conceptual knowledge presented in class. Furthermore, since the lab may teach technical skills, the lab report demonstrates express proficiency of that knowledge and skills, which takes us to technical communication. Technical communication is important here and will be so in any professional field. If the results of any experiment or process data cannot be successfully conveyed to an audience, then the results lose any significance they might have. The important aspects of the results to convey in a lab report are what the results are after being analyzed and their contextual meaning. This should be done in a manner that convinces the reader that some claim is substantiated by the results and is important beyond just the report. It can also be written such that it is compelling to read, but still maintains a logical progression to it. This presentation of results in a written form is also nuanced with the use of technical language. A valid assumption is the reader will have the same knowledge as the author, so the language used should not be cryptic or have many external referencing requirements for needed explanation, but still descriptive and technical enough for a detailed yet concise lab report. For example, if we are writing a lab report about chemical reaction kinetics for an introductory chemistry college course, we could write, for many reactions, the greatest uncertainties in the kinetic predictions are now related to the treatment of entropic effects, i.e. in the evaluation of the partition functions. Traditionally, the partition functions of gas phase reactions have been evaluated on the basis of a single structure, single equilibrium structure, or single transition structure by the rigid rotor harmonic oscillator approximation for all modes or for all but the torsional modes, with the latter commonly treated as decoupled one-dimensional hindered rotors. However, this phrase exceeds the intended level for the class and the target audience with its scientific jargon and unnecessary complexity, in which it would be a much better approach for a dedicated chemical kinetics peer-reviewed journal. We could then write chemical reactions can be unpredictable. This has issues on the other side of the spectrum, as it's much vaguer and perhaps intended for a different audience as well. An exercise that you can do is to write a phrase that would be appropriate. Lastly, lab reports demonstrate proficiency in independent thinking. The many skills practiced while writing a lab report are all present in important professional fields. Writing a lab report can be more challenging than taking an examination, but can demonstrate mastery of the concepts covered and adeptness of practical skills.